start off thanking everybody for coming today. I know Sunday afternoon's not ideal, especially Labor Day weekend here, but I really appreciate you coming. We do have important news that we believe needs to be spread throughout the region as soon as possible. As all of you know, there was a bank in Nebraska City that was robbed a week ago Friday, August 22nd, 2014. Since that date, law enforcement have been poring over the details of that robbery. It's been a joint cooperative effort with the Nebraska City Police Department, Otoe County Sheriff's Office, Nebraska State Patrol, Fremont County Sheriff's Office from Iowa, and eventually here we had the partnership with the Chino Police Department from California. They were notified this Friday that the robbery here may have similarities to a robbery which occurred at a bank in Chino in 2012. They immediately flew 3 investigators here to Nebraska City, and we had a debriefing meeting with all of our agencies here yesterday. Today I'm going to have Captain Neiman from the Nebraska City Police Department address some of the specifics of what happened here in Nebraska City. Investigator Metz from the FBI will also then talk about how they coordinated within their agency and made some connections to prior robberies on the west or in the western United States in 2012, which we believe involves the same suspect. And Detective Dominguez from the Chino Police Department is also here to address any specifics regarding what happened in Chino and possibly some of the other robberies in 2012 as well. The main point we want to emphasize is that this individual is a dangerous individual. We were fortunate in Nebraska City that nobody was injured. In Chino, he did open fire on a police officer, causing him serious injuries. And so we're chasing every possible lead and every possible detail we can to apprehend the individual. And with that, I'll turn it over to Captain Neiman.
Good afternoon. On the 22nd, as Mr. Partsch just said, about 2:20 in the afternoon, we were notified of a bank robbery in progress at the First Nebraska Bank at the south edge of town. We responded. When we got there, we found that the employees were still in the bank. We cleared the bank, made sure that everybody was safe. Then after we cleared the bank, then we went in. I began reviewing the videotape, and I could see that the bank robber, he was wearing clothing, a button-down shirt. Looked like he might have on a bulletproof vest on underneath his vest. Also was armed with appeared to be an AK-47 rifle with a round drum clip on the bottom of it. He was in and out in less than 3 minutes. While he was in there, he'd ordered the employees into the vault. When I was reviewing it, and the other officers that were also there, we also realized that this was a very serious thing, obviously, but I think this guy was had done this before, so we wanted to get out the word, so we contacted the FBI because this is a bank, and then they got involved, and with that, they then notified other agencies or other branches of the FBI, and with that, I'll turn that over to Don.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Tom Metz. I'm the Special Agent in charge of the FBI in Omaha. Back in 2012, as you know, there were a series of bank robberies in Idaho, Washington, and California. Same type of pattern, bank robber using a weapon which appears possibly to be an AK-47. Most of the time, a Nissan Maxima is involved in the robbery. Same type of dress, black mask, black gloves, apparently wearing a ballistic vest. He subsequently disappears. We don't hear from him until last week when he robs a bank here in town. We wanted to bring this to the public's attention as he's shown a propensity for violence as he shot a police officer in Chino, California back in 2012. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the Chino Police Department. They'll give you more details on that.
Thank you. My name is Detective Carlos Dominguez. I'm with the Chino Police Department. First, wanted to thank everybody for coming out, first of all, and second, just let everybody know this has been a collaborative effort. We've come out here and been greeted with open arms. In our robbery, basically what happened was we had the AK-47 that he's been dubbed by the FBI comes to our city. Officers respond to a 211, which is a robbery in our state. And as he's exiting the building, he shoots one of our police officers as he hasn't even exited his vehicle yet. The vehicle that was involved at the time of our robbery, as well as the Sacramento, Vacaville, and Rexburg, and now Nebraska City, is a 2009 to 2012 Nissan Maxima, either black or dark gray in cover. The reason we believe that this robber is responsible for these other robberies is because, number one, his mode of committing these robberies, as well as he's wearing black gloves, a black ski mask, the description, which is 5'10" to 6 foot, approximately 180 to 220 pounds. He has blue, distinctive blue colored eyes, which some of the tellers have told us in the past. The other reason that we're out here is because we want to make everybody aware of how violent this individual is. He's not afraid to pull the trigger. He's already shot a police officer. So anybody who gives him any resistance, he's not afraid to act. The other thing is we want to make sure that all of the police agencies in this area become aware of this guy as well, because officers that are going to be responding to this robbery call are definitely going to engage in a gun battle. He is not afraid to shoot people. So that's the main reason that we're out here. And also we wanted to make sure that this was in fact our guy. And with that, that's all I got, unless anybody has any questions that I could field as far as the robberies prior to the Nebraska robbery. Anything? Okay.
One final thing I'd like to mention. Collectively, our agencies are offering a $100,000 reward for the apprehension of this suspect. If anyone in the public has any information, please call the local law enforcement here, the FBI in Omaha, 402-493-8688, or the Chino, California Police Department. And with that, any questions or?
Do you know why any of these particular banks are selected? Is there a pattern as to what's his next target?
It's a very good question. As far we wish we knew what his next target was, but as far as the pattern here, I'm going to turn it over to my partner from the Chino Police Department.
You know, we don't know where he's going to hit next. We have no idea of knowing. In our state, he went from Southern California to Northern California, then he went up to Washington, made his way east to Idaho, and now he's made his way into Nebraska, which is easterly as well. We have no idea. There's no rhyme or reason other than he went from south to north and then went east, so we don't know where he's going to hit next.
Do banks provide you videotape of customers coming in weeks prior to an event that you can review and then see if someone is, or is he casing these banks?
You know, that's a good question, but your first question, absolutely. We go back and we review video from up to as long as they have, so we usually try and go about 2 months prior. We'll go in, we'll interview all the tellers, managers, because most of these banks that he's hitting are the local smaller banks where people know who they're banking with. So if somebody comes in and talks to a teller, they know these people. And as of this point, we haven't found that he's been casing or come into any of the banks as of yet with the video that we reviewed or people that we've talked to.
Obviously, you guys have been following him. Have there been any sightings or have you heard anything about him since that November 2012 robbery?
No, this is the first incident that we know of where he's hit using the same mode of operation during these robberies, using the same vehicle, same description, same assault rifle. So this is the first one that we know of since the November 2012 robbery.
And there haven't been any tips from people calling in?
We've, in Chino, we've investigated over 165 different tips that have come in. And they've all been investigated to the extent that we can no longer investigate them, and they've all come up dry so far.
Again, there's more information also available at the Chino Police Department website. If you would direct some of your questions there, they do have photographs of the suspected vehicles that were involved in the previous robberies, and that's at chinopd.org. As you can see, it's been a real cooperative effort between all of these law enforcement agencies, and we're going to continue to work together as well with the other agencies from the other communities. And as Detective Dominguez indicated, they're really leaving no stone unturned. Every tip that comes in, we'll investigate it to the fullest until we have this individual in custody. Thank you.